All right, we are live. Sunny Days Media Football Show, Thanksgiving edition. I don't remember if we did this last year, but we're doing it today. A lot of big news and notes around the league. I guess we'll get into the biggest one. Obviously, I'm in a great mood. Frank Ragnow coming out of retirement. Yesterday was let me spit that zin out. Yesterday was the deadline for Frank to come back. He had retired back in whatever it was, June. He had like a lagging foot injury that was just going to be with him kind of throughout his career. And he decided to hang it up over the summer before training camp. And I guess he's been getting ready. He's been staying in football shape, apparently. And he is ready to come back and play center for the Lions. It doesn't look like he's playing today, although I haven't seen anything that said he's not. I just highly doubt, without any practice, without any walkthrough, he is going to be suiting up. But
I mean, would it be a downgrade if he just came in?
No, it wouldn't be a downgrade. No, it would be like it'd be fine. It would be fine if he came in because that's how bad Glasgow is.
It's not like he's going to another team, so he knows the playbook, so he could just jump right back into it. So if he's actually in playing shape, I see no reason why he couldn't play today. But their version of playing shape while they're out of football is not the same version of playing shape as guys that are actively playing football. You know, these guys have the stamina and the endurance built up over now 13 whatever weeks. So
I mean, I did notice like a couple of weeks ago, they had him and his wife had their second or their third kid, and I was looking at a picture of him holding, the kids coming out of the hospital, and like he just didn't look like a typical like retired offensive lineman, right? Like when you see these guys retired, they're usually 100 pounds or 80 pounds lighter. They're thinned out, and they look like just a larger person now. They don't look like an offensive lineman anymore. And he had kind of looked pretty similar to what he looked like when he was playing. And I was like, and he isn't certainly not fat, trust me, I know what fat looks like, but that's not what he looked like. But I was just kind of like, I can't really say it was in the back of my head, but I did notice like that was a weird thing that he didn't, lose a ton of weight and look like a regular guy anymore. So we're excited for it. Like I said, assuming he's not going to play today. So, it'll be Graham Glasgow probably at center, but it's much needed. I mean, if you look at any Lions game this year, win or lose, the issues that they've had start up front. They start with the interior of the offensive line. It starts with starting, a rookie on one side and a one-year player on the other. And it's just ugly. All of the pressure is coming from the middle. And they're not able – all of the problems with the offense stem from not really being able to get the run game going consistently, right? Like Jahmyr Gibbs is having a fantastic season, but they can't consistently pound that rock up the middle. They can't get David Montgomery going the way they want to get him going. And, Jared Goff is, I love the guy, but a system quarterback, right? Like what he does best is predicated on the play action. And if there's no run game, there's no play action. And you see it in his checkdowns. You see it in, really a very ugly passing game, for the most part these past 5, 6, 7 weeks now. So it'll be great to see him back. I guess I'm kind of hoping maybe he could play in that Cowboy game next week, but that's also on a Thursday. So I think
the word. I just looked up the injury report. It said there's no official word if he'll be ready today, but the word is that the estimation is that he will be ready for next week.
I did see that they activated Marcus Davenport off the IR.
Nice, good.
That's good.
That'll be another guy rushing after Jordan Love. But, yeah, I mean, to get into the games today, I'm just going to get right into this Lions game here. I think you can't allow what the Lions did last week against the Giants, you cannot allow this week. You rushed the hell out of Jameis Winston. You got no pressure, and you left holes in the passing game. And that's kind of my problem with a zone blitz as it is. Like I don't love doing that unless you've got the best secondary anyone's ever seen. I don't really like a zone blitz. Very few times do you see good things coming out of a zone blitz, especially when you're sending 2 linebackers, sometimes 3. You're asking for trouble there, and that's what the Lions got. So I think when you're playing the Packers today, if you could eliminate the big plays, and you could keep the Packers at 3 yards a rush, I think you if you play bend but don't break defense, and you're giving up your field goals, but you're not giving up those big chunk 30, 40, 50-yard passes, I think you could beat them. But if they come out and Jordan Love is slinging it, this Packers offense is a lot more dangerous than the Giants offense.
You also have to beat them.
We do. I mean, they're in a rock and a hard place. Like this whole thing about Frank Ragnow coming back is great, but if they don't win today, it's kind of over. I mean, the NFC it's pretty
it's just
close.
Teams don't stop. These teams aren't losing, and they should lose. I mean, the Niners not losing is ridiculous at this point. They should be out of it by now. They have just the best coaching staff that you could possibly put together, it seems. I mean, they just win no matter what. And then the Bears are getting lucky. But you control your destiny against the Bears, correct? You have 2 games against them?
No, we beat them already once.
All right, so you play them again, and then you'll have a tiebreaker.
In Detroit, too, right?
No, in Chicago.
Oh, it's in Chicago. Right. I'm going to come out and say a bold prediction. I think the Lions smoke the Packers today. I don't think it's going to be relatively close. I think, to be honest, by 2:30, you're going to be ready to turn the game off because of how bad the Lions are beating them. The Lions are going to be out for blood. They've had a few games where they have either lost or were losing late into the game and kind of came back and squeaked one out. And then obviously the Packers getting embarrassed by them the first game of the season. So they're going to be out for blood. And I'm sure this news of Frank Ragnow coming back is going to really excite them there in the locker room. You know, they're going to be ready to go after it today. So I couldn't imagine the Lions coming out of this game without a win, and probably in pretty big fashion too.
Yeah, it should definitely get the guys going. I mean,
knowing
just maybe just seeing Frank on the sidelines should get this offense going, should get them licking their chops. And I mean, it's just there's 2, and I know, as I've stated, you know, the line has not played where you want them to play, but like you're still going out there with Taylor Decker and Penei Sewell. Like anybody in this league would kill to have Penei Sewell at right tackle. I don't care who you are. If you're the Eagles, if you're the Niners, any team in this league would kill to have that guy. So if you have those 2 anchoring your line, you stand a chance every week. There's just too many. There are too many big play guys. There's too many playmakers on this offense to be doing what they're doing, to be coming out and going 3 and out. I mean, there's just too many. There's Jameson Williams. There's Jahmyr Gibbs is putting together one of the best seasons we've seen in a long time. And I know other guys. I mean, I know we're coming off what Saquon did last year, right? But Saquon's this vertical kind of north to south runner, and it was a very good Eagles offensive line. It was a great Eagles offensive line last year. You know, to see what Jahmyr has done with a middle of the road Lions offensive line is incredible. And I mean, the numbers show it. He's about 3 or 4 touchdowns behind Barry Sanders right now.
Wow.
To the age of whatever it was, before the age of 24 or 25. So he will set that record this season. I mean, he's doing incredible stuff. So there's just too many playmakers. Like to leave a game and have Jameson Williams at 0 catches, 0 yards, that's a problem.
Only 3 targets, though.
You can't keep having that. You know, St. Brown's got to come down with the ball. Like when his numbers called, I know he had 9 receptions last week, but when his numbers called 3rd down, he's got to come down with it. So overall, it's just the offense needs to play. They need to clean things up. They really do. You know, and today's a test. Like today is you're in front of the world. Everyone's watching you. You're playing a divisional opponent who embarrassed the shit out of you week 1. You know, it's time to nut up or shut up and take the first step at taking back this division.
Yeah. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
the Packers are a bit banged up today too. I mean, they've been banged up in the receiving core basically all season. I guess they're somewhat back to full strength, but I'm pretty sure Watson and Dobbs both popped up on the injury report this point this week, and Josh Jacobs is coming off of a knee contusion injury, and I'm sure he's going to be splitting carries, and that's how the Packers offense runs. They get things going through the running game, and then they try to air it out, and if Josh Jacobs isn't 100%, and Emmanuel Wilson had a great game last week against I forget who they played, the Vikings. The Vikings were pretty awful. So this Lions front seven is much better than the Vikings.
I don't know if Watson's playing. I know Luke Ness is going to be out. Savion Williams is going to be out.
That's a big hit for the Packers. That Savion guy, they usually get him open for like 2-3 good plays a game.
Mm-hmm.
Look, why aren't the one thing with the Lions is they don't really play. Lions games haven't been enjoyable this year, honestly. No. Outside of the Giants, like every game seems like it's either they're murdering someone or they just don't have it. Which is alarming because when you don't have it, you want to keep it close. And I guess I think their defense was playing great in the beginning of the year, but I don't think they're creating enough when the offense doesn't have it. So they're not playing complementary. And
they're not turning the ball over.
I would like to. Honestly, I think you're right. I think they're going to blow out the Packers, but I also wish that it was a close game just for the the love of football. Like the Lions have not been as fun this year to watch.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, look, they have the talent to put a few games together here, and I mean they could win the division. I don't see how the division's out of hand at all. I think that a win today and you're a game out and you're ready to go.
No, if they win today, they go from out of the playoffs to like the 2 or the 3 seed. Because
if the Bears lose.
No, because they would have 9. Well, okay, whatever it would be. Yeah, you're banking on I guess the Bears loss, but they have the tiebreaker over the Bears.
Yeah, currently. The Bears have a tough game this week. The Bears have a very difficult schedule, I think, down the road. They
have a rough schedule going down the road.
Eagles, Packers, Niners, Lions. I can't imagine. I think they're a 6-loss team, so they're 11-6 at best. So that's the benchmark.
Yeah, you're not getting to the playoffs with 11 wins in the NFC. I mean, you'd be the only way.
I think the 7 seed will be an 11-win team. But it'll be somebody that has all the tiebreakers.
The NFC South will be an 11-win. Oh, there goes Facino. I think the NFC South will be an 11 or 10 team, a 10-win team. And I said this to Matt yesterday.
Huh? No way. A 10-win team will be the 7 seed?
No, out of the South. The South.
Oh, out of the South. Okay.
Could be 11 or 10 wins. Yeah. And I said this to Matt yesterday. I think this Frank Ragnow, I think the Rams are head and shoulders above the rest of the league right now. They're playing incredible defense. Matt Stafford is playing out of his mind. He's putting together one of the best seasons we've seen in some time, to be completely honest, and definitely the best season of his career, at least to this point. And they are the most complete team in the NFL. And I think the Lions, while I don't think they're on par necessarily with the Rams after this Ragnow news, but I think that they are in that tier, or can be in that tier, assuming things go back to the way they've been the past few seasons. So today's step 1: go out there, win against the Packers, get yourself into a playoff spot, and assuming the Bears lose tomorrow, get yourself into first in the NFC North. And then go take care of business the rest of the season, because you then control your destiny. And winning that NFC North is going to be big, getting home field advantage through majority of the playoffs, assuming they're ahead of everyone but the Rams and maybe the Eagles. So go take care of business and secure that secure home field advantage for Goff specifically, but that whole Lions team as a whole.
Yeah, Ben Johnson's doing a fantastic job too. Preventing the Lions from getting it to first. What? It sucks that he had to go to the division rival. I don't know why that was such a goal of his. But I'm glad he didn't go to Jacksonville. We got just as good of a coach. I wouldn't trade him for the world.
I just need the Giants to be smart and hire Chris Shula.
They got to do something. The Giants need to get the coach right. It's just so evident. If you don't have a coach, you can't win. Like, look at the coaching hires last year. Everybody wanted Ben Johnson and Liam Cohen. nobody really. I mean,
Vrabel, Ben
nobody wanted
Johnson,
Glenn
Liam
or-
Cohen.
Yeah,
Who else?
Vrabel too. Like all those three guys, their teams are humming. They don't have like necessarily more talent or less talent than the teams that aren't doing good. I mean, the Giants have three guys that can come off the edge consistently, and Dexter Lawrence, and they can't win a game. Like that, it's really the same. What is the real difference between the Giants and the Broncos? I think it's Sean Payton. The quarterback isn't playing that great. I think Jackson Dart's playing as well as Bo Nix.
He's
The
playing
line, the Andrew Thomas isn't playing every game, but he's on par with what the Bulls is over there with the Broncos. They're both great. I don't see
Illuminor was great on the right side.
The Illuminor is fine. The defense is pretty stacked. Their secondary is a little weak, but I mean, is Patrick Surtain a 7-win difference in one team to the next? I don't think so.
No, and a lot of the problems were with Shane Bowen and Dable. I mean, Shane Bowen just ran a very bland defense. It was there was no scheming to get Abdul Carter or Brian. Well, I mean, obviously Brian Burns getting the sacks, but no creative ways to get these guys into the backfield to get these sacks, and not to just like get onto the Giants and stay there. But it was just boring. It was boring watching the Giants. You kind of see the same looks every play, and they really didn't change things up. They didn't try to get inventive with the way they came after the quarterback, and it was easily figured out by the opposing offenses. So get the hire right, and that's about it.
You just hope that they don't win too many games down the stretch here, because you might as well just
They've
get the
come close.
pick.
I want Arvell Reese. I think that would be incredible seeing him and Abdul Carter schemed up in pass rushes. You can drop both of them into coverage. You can come in with some safety blitzes, some corner blitzes.
So what
It
are you
would just be a
doing?
lot of
Dumping Thibodeau?
No, I would keep him for now. I mean, I don't think you're really moving him for much. I mean, what do you get? 4th round pick at best. So
Yeah,
I
you
think if
Brian
you could
Burns.
just offload that money. No, Brian Burns. Brian Burns might be defensive player of the year. I don't know who's having a better season.
Myles
than
Garrett.
that. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
As I said, that, I was like,
He's having the
isn't there
best year
someone
ever.
that's going into the sack record. Yeah, but Brian Burns was fantastic last
for a
week.
2nd round pick.
The 430. No, you guys traded away a first, did you not?
Nope.
You didn't.
I think it might have been 2 seconds, but yeah, it was definitely not a first.
The 4:30 game we're looking at here. Chiefs are coming down to Dallas to play the Cowboys. I think, fun fact, Chiefs used to play in Dallas. I think they were the Dallas Texans before they were the Kansas City Chiefs.
Interesting.
So Chiefs are going to Dallas to play the Cowboys. They are 3.5-point favorites. I hope the Chiefs win here. I would like to have the Dallas Cowboys coming off a loss. And I kind of want to just sink any hope that's left in their season, so that maybe next week they're not as motivated, selfishly. But I also think, I don't know, I can't say for certain that the Chiefs are necessarily the better team, but I think we say it every week, and it's proving to be true. Like, the Chiefs are going to get every possible call. Like, I know it's a lazy take, but it's just the truth of it. Like, the Chiefs are getting every call. I mean, shame on the Colts last week for allowing that to happen. You were up by 2 scores late in that game. There was no excuse to not, at a minimum, kick field goals in the second half and kind of put that game away, and the Colts didn't. But when you give the Chiefs an inch, they're going to take a fucking mile. That's what they are. And as much as they get preferential treatment from the officials week after week after week, they still have Pat Mahomes on that side. And I know that he's not playing at the level that we are used to seeing over the past, or I would say maybe before 2 years ago. But, like, he's still Pat Mahomes. He's still got incredible ability. He's still got Andy Reid. I mean, we talked about coaching, right? Like, Andy Reid is a big factor here, right? Andy Reid knows how to run an offense. He doesn't ever seem to get wavered, no matter he doesn't ever seem to waver, no matter how many points he's down. So I think the Chiefs are going to come out and they're going to win this game. Do I think that they'll cover the spread?
Probably not.
I think the safest bet of the day in that game is the over. It's at 52.5. It doesn't really scare me. They're playing in a dome. It's on Thanksgiving. The Cowboys offense can score at will. They've shown
The
you
Chiefs'
that.
defense isn't as good as it's been.
Yeah.
It's been kind of lackluster this year.
Yeah. So I feel good about
can't
taking
wait.
that over.
That is gonna. I'm hoping that's gonna be a great game. I would love to watch the
It's
Chiefs
gonna be like
lose.
17 points.
If the Chiefs lose, I mean 6-6, and then
Yeah, they're
now
done,
you got,
right? Yeah, you
I
need
mean,
the Chiefs to lose.
dude. It's just the Jaguars aren't better than the Chiefs, but they did beat them, and
That's all that matters.
They're
They
now
were
ahead
better
of
than them that day.
So if the Chiefs lose, now you got to make up. You're 6-6, so that you have to beat the Chargers, and that doesn't even give you the tiebreaker over them because they already beat you. So you would have to win 2 games. You'd have to make up 2 games on the Chargers in 5 weeks, which is doable. But again, that means you have to win out after this game, which it's not easy to win 5 games no matter who you are, especially with the Chiefs. Everybody circles the Chiefs. So for the last 5 years, it hasn't worked. Now teams are catching up a little bit, and not for nothing, Pat Mahomes isn't Tom Brady. I'm sorry, like
No, he's not the same. But
there was no way of beating Tom Brady. There was no way of doing it. Like, no matter who you are, what you are, Tom Brady was going to go down the field and win. Pat Mahomes misses so many throws that I could never compare him to Tom Brady. Someone's got to start talking about it. How many, like 3 or 4 times a game, Pat Mahomes misses a guy deep? How are you not able to connect on a single deep ball in 10 weeks? They would be ripping him if his name was Trevor Lawrence, the way he's throwing the football this year. So that's my take on him. I'm sure he'll go to the fucking Super Bowl again this year, but what it is right now, like, he throws the ball at the fucking line of scrimmage. His whole game is Rashee Rice and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce getting old and not being able to move is destroying him. They need to go fucking get Tyreek Hill back. They need to go get a fucking real X receiver, and Tyreek Hill can run out of the slot and fucking, and do whatever the fuck that he does. And they need to get a new tight end. He needs weapons. He's not impervious to it like Brady was, and you're seeing it this year, and I'm so happy because fuck the Chiefs. They make it every year to the Super Bowl. They're always in the championship game. I'm sick of the color scheme at this point. It's annoying to me. Like, get someone else.
I think I'm just sick of these primetime games at Arrowhead, or just I'm sick of them playing anyone because it's you know what it is.
I'm sick of Nick Wright. Fuck that guy.
Well,
that's what I'm sick of.
I'm sick of hearing, like, I'm sick of seeing them. They're not an interesting team to watch. They're not fun to watch. Like, listen, I'm a Lions fan, and I'll tell you, I think from 22 to 24, the Lions were the most exciting team in football to watch. Like, 100%. Second half of 22 up to through 2024, very exciting. This year, I think they're a good team, and I think they do some things better than they've done in the past. But I agree with you, Facino. I don't think that they're a fun team to watch right now. It's ugly. It's ugly football. The Chiefs have almost never been interesting to watch, right? They pull something out of their ass, and it's cool for a second, and that's about it. It's a lot of lollygagging. It's a lot of, like,
Mahomes talking to the refs half the time.
That's really it.
It's so
and
annoying.
You know what it does? It just, like, we all know they're getting help from the refs. We know it. We know that they're getting preferential treatment. But it's just like you're in a room with, like, maybe some football casuals, and it's just like, this is fixed, and every game is fixed, and this is bullshit. And it's like, that's not what I want to hear. Am I telling you that you're wrong? No, because I don't know for myself that it's not. But I don't want to fucking hear that. I'm not in the fucking mood. I got $100 on the over here. I just need you to sit there and shut. You can't name 3 guys on this team that are in traffic to see Rashee Rice or fucking Pat Holmes. So sit there, drink your fucking Michelob Ultra, and shut the fuck up, And it's all the time. It's all the time. So I'm so tired. They're the reason I don't want to go to Super Bowl parties anymore. Like, literally, I don't want to go to Super Bowl gatherings anymore. I've watched, like, the past 2 Super Bowls in my basement here alone, and it's actually been great. It's been great because I'm so tired of it. I am so fucking tired of it. And I'm also tired of I'm tired of watching. I'm tired of
watching the push
to
fucking
get the NFL
15 times a game.
if you want the NFL to say we're not going to give the Chiefs the flags, we just got to not watch the Super Bowl. Because if the ratings go down, then they'll make sure somebody else gets in next year.
Yeah, the three of us out of the 100.
You got to get everybody on board.
Super Bowl is going to make a difference.
What it always brings me back to is like, if they were really fixing and they really wanted a matchup, like we would have gotten Bills Lions at some point. Like that would have been a thing, because there are two teams that all of the networks clamor for the past 3 years, and it's the Bills and it's the Lions. That's what it is. Like, I'm not sitting here telling you that's the two best teams. I'm not sitting here telling you that's the two biggest fan bases. But from a gambling perspective, everybody loves to gamble on those two teams. Everybody loves to watch those two offenses. And I think if we were really getting a manufactured Super Bowl every year, that we would have seen that at some point. You know, there would have been a call in the 2023, wild card round, NFC Championship that prevented that 49ers comeback, because everybody knows damn well the Lions would have been much better for ratings than the Niners, who had been to already 3 Super Bowls in the past decade, and like they don't really move the needle, right? That's not an exciting team to watch. So that's what that brings me back to at the end of the day. So, so we're thinking Chiefs win this game.
Yeah, I think the Chiefs win. The Cowboys cover.
I think the Cowboys win.
I hope they win. Actually,
I really do. I think it's a home game in Dallas for Thanksgiving, and I actually think the Quinn and Williams trade was really good for them. People
help that defense.
The Jets are like, oh, we got all the picks. Yeah, the picks you don't win with draft picks. You win with players and coaching and a quarterback. So it's fine to go trade your best players for picks, but you now have to create a quarterback out of that, and you got to fire your coach. So until they fire the fucking head coach, who's a disaster, Matt. I'm sorry, he's a fucking disaster. They haven't. They're so far ahead.
Hey! We got we're on time here, and we got to get to Bengals Ravens.
I gotta ask you a question though. Let me ask you one question.
Yeah.
How do you not have a fucking interception through week 11? They're going to week 12. No picks, one forced fumble. They have one turnover in 11 games.
Yikes.
Your fucking coach is a defensive-minded coach. He played cornerback. You don't have an interception?
He can't go out there.
One fumble recovery in London? They don't have an interception on American soil. They don't have a fucking turnover on American soil.
All right. Crazy. Well, that's not good. But let's get into Bengals.
We got Ravens, the picks though,
because Joe Burrow is coming back today. He's playing today against the Ravens. How crazy would that be, man? Just imagine this setting here, right? You're on the couch. Most people left. Maybe you're home. You're already farting out that turkey. You got a couple beers in the fridge, and you got some money in that FanDuel or that DraftKings account, and you're looking at Bengals plus 300 on the money line. Oh boy! If I have a good day, that's probably going to happen. I don't think that they'll win. I think the Ravens will win. And I don't think the Ravens will cover. I think 7.5 is a lot. The Ravens, just from the way they have looked, Derrick Henry looks like he's hitting that wall. I'm not saying that he hit that wall, but
he hit that wall.
We all have to admit Derrick Henry doesn't look. Facino, you got
talking about the guy that's going to run for 250 yards today?
He doesn't look good right now. Lamar is playing hurt. It's not a great Ravens team. I am rooting for the Ravens, though, because I do need them to stay relevant for the end of the season. I think they're playing the Packers week 17, so I need those playoff hopes alive. And honestly, at the rate that the AFC North is going, the winner of that division might be a 9-8 team. I actually believe that. I mean, I think the Ravens should win more than 3 games here in the end of the season.
But they could drop a couple down the stretch. This is they're not a strong team right now. I mean, you don't want to face them in the playoffs, but they're not playing good football. They're barely getting by, and Lamar is clearly banged up, and that sucks for my fantasy team because I have Lamar. But aside from that, it should be a fun game. It should honestly, in my opinion, this is gonna be the best game of the day. You know, you got Joe Burrow back. Hopefully he comes in and lights it up, and it should be a bloodbath like it always is in Bengals-Ravens. So I'm excited for that one tonight. Half asleep and half drunk.
I can't wait to
sleep
watch
hand in
Joe
the pants.
Burrow suck. Fuck Joe Burrow.
I'm kind of surprised they're throwing him out there, but I guess he really wants
They need
to
to
go
win.
now. I don't know how you tell a guy
If
no.
they lose, then there was no point in bringing him back. Like,
They're
this is
3-8. They have to run the table. Like, and even if they run the table, they may still not get in.
No, they might make the playoffs, but
But
that's a team you don't want to face in the playoffs again because you don't want to go against Joe Burrow in the playoffs. You saw what
I
happened.
actually would prefer Joe Burrow in the playoffs.
And you saw what happened when.
No, you wouldn't. You'd rather
Yeah,
play
I mean,
Lamar
look,
in the playoffs than Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow had one good half of football in the playoffs.
That's
He only made the playoffs.
Look, if Lamar had the defense Burrow was getting, he would have been to the Super Bowl by now. Joe Burrow, the Bengals defense played well on that Super Bowl run. They beat the shit out of Tannehill. They went and they fucking stopped the Bills in the snow. How the hell do you stop Josh Allen in the snow?
How many turnovers does
Bengals
Lamar
figured it
have
out.
in the playoffs?
How did that defense?
How many
that
turnovers
Grace,
does Lamar Jackson have in the playoffs?
That's
on.
fair, but it's a symbiotic
No,
relationship.
dude, no.
You need
That's
your
the
defense
argument.
to play
that's
well.
the end of the argument. Because if you want to win in the playoffs, you can't turn the ball over. Okay? End of story. You can't, and that's for the whole Ravens team. That's Mark Andrews too. But come on, man.
What about the game? What about the fucking
No.
Bengals game when
We say
Snoop
it
Huntley?
all the time,
Bro,
We say
do you
it
remember the Snoop
all
Huntley
time.
game?
What is going to be said if Lamar does not win in the playoffs? What is going to be said at his gold jacket ceremony? Yeah, great regular season quarterback. Like, this guy needs to get over the hump, and he's got to get there. And it's not all on him. I'm not throwing it on him, but I'm just telling you the same things that were said about Matthew Stafford forever.
Until he won it.
Until he won, this is what was said. And honestly, this is where we're at with Lamar. He's got the MVPs. He kills it in the regular season, and then he comes out against the Bills or the Chiefs, and he turns the ball over twice. Like, you cannot sit here and blame your defense or your run game or your receivers when you turn it over twice. You just can't. And I'm sorry. Like, there's no more sympathy there. There isn't. There's a lot of things that happen that are not Lamar's fault. I agree. But if you're telling me in a playoff game, who would I rather line up against, Lamar or Joe? Joe Burrow is the best pure passer we have in this league, and it's not close. It's not close. There's no one that could dice you up like Joe Burrow right now. There's not. Now, maybe Joe Burrow coming off this injury, who knows what that looks like, because they probably rushed him back. But a healthy Joe Burrow, there's nobody. There's nobody.
Yeah, look, all I'm saying is
That's Josh Allen included. That's fucking Josh Allen included. I love Josh Allen, but no.
No, I agree. Joe Burrow is
Joe Burrow is fantastic.
the best.
The issue with the Bengals has been the defense, has been the offensive line. It has not been Joe turning the ball over. It has not been Joe throwing into double cover, throwing to a middle linebacker. It's been his defense giving up 40 points, and somehow he's got to pull 45 out of his ass to win. That's been the problem in Cincinnati.
The Jets should get on the horn and start offering first round picks.
You gave 4 first rounds for Joe Burrow, and you just deal with it.
I'd give 6. I'd hemorrhage the future for that.
Yeah, but then you just become the Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, but they
You
already
become the team with the best quarterback
I think
and no
it's
line.
it is impressive for the Bengals to have as bad a roster as they do. Like, it's not like they are losing first round picks. They're just blowing their picks for 3 years in a row. It's not easy to do that.
They're fighting with their first round pick on contract language.
Well, they shouldn't have drafted.
Pretty much created by the
sucks.
CBA.
Everybody knew that guy sucked,
Who did
except the
who did draft
Bengals.
this year?
Shamar Stewart.
Yeah.
He was a disaster. I don't think he had a sack. They drafted him at 17th overall because he was fast at the combine. It's pathetic. The team, they're a pathetic.
Could you imagine being a top 5 pick and not having a sack and wanting Lawrence Taylor's number and then wanting Phil Simms' number?
Shut the fuck up.
I mean, come on, dude. He's got the pressures. He's got the listen. Aiden Hutchinson's done nothing for the past 5. So I get it. I get it. Okay, he won the game last week, but
Yeah, but even Aiden Hutchinson has like 8 sacks, something like that. 7. What does he have? 6, 7, 8 sacks.
Yes. But
He's
I'm
got
talking
8.5.
about Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
Abdul Carter. He's brutal. You got to get to the quarterback.
We'll see what happens. Well, he's got there. He just hasn't finished it. We'll see what happens this week with the change of.
That's what getting there
change
is,
of DC.
though. Like QB like I was honestly pretty mad. The Lions tweeted out like that Aiden set their franchise record with QB pressures. Like, don't tweet that out. That's not.
No.
I don't want to fucking hear that.
If Brian Burns is playing on the same line and has 13 sacks,
you should be.
It is inexcusable for you to have 0.5.
You should be eating.
Well, I think part of the problem was at the beginning of the season he was playing middle linebacker. I don't know why. Because fucking Joe Shane's a retard and doesn't know how to.
Shane Bowen's a bigger retard.
Oh my god! And they rostered 2 middle linebackers. Like, what the fuck are you doing? And you have to move your future star D end to middle linebacker because you don't have another middle linebacker rostered.
We are coming up on some time here, so let's get back to Bengals Ravens. Who's winning tonight?
Ravens.
I'm taking the Ravens too. I'm gonna bet the Bengals, but I'm telling you it's gonna be the Ravens.
I think the Bengals come and win this game. The Ravens haven't looked good, and even though the Bengals defense sucks and their offensive line sucks, they've looked incredibly good on offense the past 4 or 5 weeks since Joe Flacco got traded for, and now you have Joe Burrow coming back. Granted, we don't know how it's going to look, but I could easily see the Bengals coming out and winning this one. I'm all in on the Bengals today.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in, and we will see you at some point this weekend. I don't know what we're doing. We're probably going Saturday again. Maybe Sunday morning. I got to see with the schedule. No. But we will
don't
see
forget
you
about Eagles Bears.
Eagles Bears is tomorrow. Let's go Eagles.
Eagles
Great
win.
Time. Let's go Eagles. Win.
Yeah. It's
the Eagles win.
That's all we got to say. That's all we got to say.
And if they don't, we got to have conversations.
Stevie Mac. God bless you, brother. Thanks for always tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. And we will see you all this weekend. So until then, let's go Lions. Let's go Jags.